La Haine is an English subtitle French film from 1995 and is arguably one of the most thought-provoking pieces of world cinema from the 1990s. The film itself is transferred to black and white, a choice made by director Matthew Kassovitz, who felt the picture quality and colour wasn't adequate enough, therefore rendering it to black and white. An odd choice, but definitely a successful one that works perfectly. La Haine, or Hate in English translation, is a story set 24 hours in the lives of three youths in the darker side of Paris. The film was also known as a controversial political film at the time of its release, since the second main topic for the film is police brutality, focusing on riots that took place in Paris before the making of the film. The main characters are Vince, Saeed and Hubert, who together form a small group of wannabe thugs who act fairly pretentious about living a scandalous life as they make frugal attempts to stand up to law enforcement. This began because the riots hospitalised their mutual friend Abdul, which they solely blamed the police for. The film itself follows a very similar pattern throughout, with one key theme: a police handgun. The least responsible and most arrogant character, Vince, is fortunate enough to find the gun that was dropped during the riots. Over and over, the audience is teased into thinking that he will use it, as though an action sequence is about to begin. However tedious this might be, I found it to be quite an interesting and unique idea, since it built up more tension to the climax of the film. Saeed and Hubert go for a minimal amount of character development, though do drive the narrative quite well. One of the most uncomfortable scenes I found was when the pair ended up being arrested, as Kassovitz wanted to show a true scene of police brutality. This showed both characters restrained as the police began to show a very sick, perverted side, such as threatening the pair with sexual violence whilst humiliating the characters. Why this was such an uncomfortable sequence? Namely, I'd say because of how it was shot, though many argue that they felt a sense of frustration since Hubert and Saeed were unable to fight back. After some petty theft and loitering, the film goes out with a bang, quite literally. Although the majority of it was slow-paced, the ending is definitely worth the hour-and-a-half wait. It allows you to reflect on the events of the film, whilst also considering alternatives to the characters' actions and how important many parts actually were. Overall, La Haine is definitely worth watching. I wouldn't necessarily say it was for everybody, but I'm sure there are more people who will grow to love it more than others. There are currently 2 editions of the film released on DVD that I'm aware of, both containing English subtitles. The original release I would personally avoid. The subtitles are not only lazily written, but in many scenes you can hardly read them since the film is shot in black and white, and the white text blends into the white of the film itself. I strongly advise picking up the 10th anniversary release. The picture quality is updated along with rewritten subtitles that are actually readable, plus the bonus content includes deleted scenes from the original film shown in colour, along with a French commentary. In summary, La Haine is a fair film with a few laughs, a fantastic soundtrack featuring Bob Marley, followed by a captivating narrative. I rate this film a 4 out of 5. Before I leave, I would also like to recommend another one of my favourite foreign films, City of God, which shares relatable themes of power struggle and low social status to La Haine. You can see my review of this movie right here. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and support the channel, drop me a comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel DVD Review Studios for more upcoming videos.